to prevent a cookie from becoming spongy like a cake. I was following the recipe here. http://allrecipes.com/recipe/best-chocolate-chip-cookies/ see link. 1. And the cookies came out a little like cake rather than cookies. It's not crispy, not crunchy. It's a little spongy but tastes good actually. Is the temperature and timing off? 350 F seems a little low. I'm not sure if it's visible from the below picture but still.
They're definitely undercooked. The recipe calls for a 10-minute bake at 350 degrees, that seems short. You want to pull them when the edges are darker brown, which probably would have taken another 4 to 8 minutes. It's hard to tell with the lighting of your photo, but I think your tops weren't browning fast enough either. Before I got a new oven, I'd have that same problem when I baked cookies. I fixed that by starting the cookies on a lower rack 1 or 2 slots from the bottom and moving them halfway through to a higher rack 1 or 2 slots from the top. Letting the cookies cool on the pan also helps set them hold together better. Edit. As for the texture, you aren't going to get a crunchy cookie from this recipe. This recipe is for a slightly chewy cookie with crisp edges. If your cookie is still cakier than chewy, you may want to make sure you are measuring flour correctly. See link 1. Here are a few things that may really help. Do not completely melt the butter. Allow it to just soften to the point where you can mash it with a fork. Add butter to the mixer first. Let the mixer whip the butter till it gets slightly creamy, then add other wet ingredients. Add eggs one at a time. For the eggs, the omega-3 eggs seem to be a bit fuller, I don't know. And this could give the recipe more moisture and turn the cookies into a cake-like texture. Try just regular eggs. It's okay to use the whisk-like attachment on the mixer when mixing the wet ingredients. Maybe switching to the cookie attachment or the dough hook once you start adding the dry ingredients to the mixture. If you don't have the dough hook or cookie attachment, just use a fork and start to fold the dry ingredients into the mixer and keep folding and lightly stirring with the fork. Also check and make sure you are using all-purpose flour for your cookie recipe. The Toll House recipe calls out baking soda instead of baking powder. Also something to keep in mind.